Hi all. As we just finished the World No Tobacco Day, which was on the May 31st, I am here to shed light on the serious impact of tobacco on our health, especially the oral health, which is my area of expertise as I'm an oral physician. I'll be also taking a closer look at how the tobacco industry continues to target the young people, shaping and habits in them and which can have a lifelong consequences. India has currently the world's largest youth population, and also India is home to over 275 million tobacco users, and we are second to China in production and consumption. What's more worrying is tobacco use starts at a very young age. What if I tell you that some tobacco companies are already targeting children as young as 13 or even younger? The World Health Organization, that is WHO, and STOP, which is a global watchdog monitoring the tobacco industry, released a report called the Hooking the Next Generation. This report doesn't just exposes the health issue, it uncovers deliberate tactics targeting children and adolescents to tobacco for the rest of their life. Most users pick up the habit by 17 or even before, and once hooked, it's hard to stop. That is why a talk like this is important, especially for a younger generation, which is at the most risk. According to the Global Youth Tobacco Survey, kids aged 13 to 15 are already tobacco users, and among older teens, the usage is higher. The Global Adult Tobacco Survey is used for systematically monitoring adult tobacco use and tracing the key tobacco contributing factors. The transition from I'll be just trying it to being an addiction happens very fast, and that is why awareness is the key. Smoking has been largely seen as a male behavior, but that is changing. In some places like Goa and the northeastern states, female usage is catching up. And in the last 10 to 15 years, there is a notable rise in the tobacco use among the young women, which we can give can be driven by the new marketing trends. Now let's take a close look at how the tobacco industry targets you. In fact, they know that they are losing the customers. So they are after you. Through stylish packaging, candy like flavors, influencers on the social media, they make the tobacco look cooler and harmless. But be aware, it's a trap. They are creating lifelong customers at the cost of your health, your freedom, and sometimes even your life. They give out free samples at the college feast, offer discounts, and use celebrities to endorse their products. The aim is nothing but to make tobacco part of your everyday life. And be informed, it is manipulative and very dangerous. They also disguise products as tech gadgets or toys. But make no mistakes, they are highly addictive. You might think cigarettes are the thing of the past, but the truth is, the industry has changed its game. One of the major tactics they use is introducing new and attractive products like e cigarettes, heated tobacco devices, and nicotine pouches. These products are marketed as modern and less harmless, but in reality, they are still addictive and harmful to health. They make the products look more affordable, making like promotions like buy one and get one free. These offers hook the users easily, and once it's started, it's very hard to quit. Ads and promotions appear on the social media, in the mobile phones, even through influencers where the young and most of us spend our free time. The aim is to make tobacco use seem trendy, cool, and completely normal. So, we as citizens, it is our responsibility to recognize these tactics, stay informed, and speak up. Remember, knowledge is power, and together we can stop the cycle. So, why do you even think people start smoking? Peer pressure, curiosity, stress relief, and the easy availability of tobacco all play a part. And in rural India, there is a lack of awareness and inaccessibility to healthcare, making the things worse. So we need better education and support. Here, there are different forms of tobacco commonly used in India. It has been included to enhance the understanding and promote awareness. So, stay informed and to avoid trap of tobacco use. Unfortunately, all of these forms pose a significant health risk. So, although hookah is often perceived as a fashionable and readily available leisure activity, it poses significant health risk. So, there is a fact check. Hookah sessions are typically around an hour in length, which is estimated as a 200 puffs of cigarettes per session. So, I think you know. According to the data, cigarettes are the most popular form of tobacco, and within 31% of respondents use them at least occasionally. 16% uses hookah and chewing tobacco, especially the youth in social settings. Products like cigars, pipe tobacco, and other nicotine pouches accounts for 10 to 13% of occasional users. Interestingly, and a positive note, 49% of the respondents stated that they do not consume any tobacco products at all, which shows that awareness and tobacco-free choices are gaining around. To be noted, 3 in every 10 adults is exposed to passive smoking. Tobacco use has severe damaging effects on nearly every system of our body, and it is one of the important causes for premature death. The first area to affect by tobacco is oral cavity. The use of smoke and smokeless forms increases the risk of caries, followed by the periodontal diseases, that is the diseases to your gums and other bone of the tooth, and followed by dry mouth and increased coatings on the tongue. So there are other several harmful changes which can be seen in the oral cavity due to use of tobacco. So initially it appears as a grayish white patch which may lead into a fully white patch which can later be followed by reddish areas developing within the white patch and then which can be lead into any kind of malignancies. And the smoking form of tobacco can cause cancers of the lip or other kind of reactions on the lip which are also harmful. So, prevention and awareness is the key in reducing the harmful impacts. There are strong laws which have in place. In India, the COPTA Act imposes ban on tobacco advertising on television, radio, print media, and outdoor advertising. There is also a ban on indirect advertising of tobacco products and promotes warning on the packages. And however, the law has no provision in prohibiting the display and advertising of tobacco products at the point of sale. Internationally, the WHO's FCTC, that is a Framework Convention on Tobacco Control treaty, pushes countries to reduce tobacco use through taxes, ad bans, and through quit programs. The FCTC is the world's first public health treaty adopted by the WHO. It implements effective measures to reduce both the demand for and supply of tobacco products. FCTC includes several aims like increasing tobacco prices and taxes, mandating strong health warnings on the packages, imposing comprehensive bans on advertising, promotions, and sponsorships, regulating the contents of the tobacco products, and most importantly, offering support to people who wants to quit. Providing alternative livelihoods to those dependent on tobacco farming or production. Regulating sales, especially to the minors. These two approaches together ensures the availability and attractiveness of tobacco. India has been a strong supporter of FCTC. India has banned e-cigarettes or the electronic nicotine device in delivery systems. With WHO's support, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has also created an online platform to report violations related to the sales or advertisements of e-cigarettes. The ENDS ordinance in India prohibits production, sale, import, storage, transport, and advertisements of e-cigarettes both online and offline. For the first offence, violators can face up to 1 year of jail or a fine of rupees 1 lakh, which and then repeated offenders can have 3 years of jail and with a fine of 5 lakh rupees. After this, in India is on track to achieve 30% reduction in the tobacco use prevalence by 2025. In fact, tobacco use among the adults has dropped, which is a remarkable achievement for us. Tobacco control isn't just a government responsibility. It is a shared mission as we are the citizens. So we can work together with the government from various sectors to create a future where the next generation is free from tobacco and nicotine addictions. If you are someone who wants to quit or you know someone who wishes to quit, help is available. The 5A approach is nothing but the process of procedure how the tobacco counseling is done. That is ask, advise, assess, assist and arrange. So this is a method where we do the tobacco cessation control. Where we ask you multiple questions accordingly to the assess and then how the cessation can be proceeded. In nicotine replacement therapy, there is nicotine patches and gums to ease the process of quitting for the patients. Based on several studies, our country lacks capacity to provide tobacco cessation service. There are few centers with limited coverage and they suffer high loss of follow-ups. Hence, the apex bodies of dental colleges have made it mandatory to have tobacco cessation clinics as we are one of the first people who recognize the changes in the oral cavity associated with these habits. Mastering the first 5 minutes of craving is a true sign of strength. So here are a few tips which we can do. Use a chewing gum, suck onto a candy, do 3 sets of jumpings, drink a glass of water, whistle or hum, brush or floss your teeth. Schools and colleges play a vital role. The tobacco-free educational institutions initiated by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and Ministry of Education ensures campuses stay tobacco-free zone. Using proper signages, awareness events, and strict rules against use or sale near the campuses. There are different activities by the TOFEI for creating a tobacco-free environment in the educational institutions. So there is a display of tobacco-free area signage, display of tobacco-free educational institution signage. There should not be any evidence of tobacco use inside the premises, like any cigarettes or BD butts or discarded gutka pouches, etc. Display of posters or awareness materials on harms of tobacco displayed within the premises. Organization of at least one tobacco control activity during the last 6 months. Nomination of tobacco monitors, and there is inclusion of no tobacco use guidelines. After implementation of all the provisions of TUFEI guidelines, the head of the institution would self-evaluate the institution once every 6 months and share the signed copy of self-declaration along with the photos to the concerned head authority. Each year, the World No Tobacco Day has a theme. In 2025, the theme is Unmasking the Appeal, Exposing Industry Tactics on Tobacco and Nicotine Products. It aims to expose how the tobacco industry manipulates people. It calls for strong policies, complete ad bans, and making these products less attractive. So join the global movement, spread the awareness. Refuse to be manipulated by an industry profiting from our addiction. So take a pledge, be smart, and don't start. Let's make sure the tobacco industry doesn't profit from the youth of our country by choosing a generation that says no. Together, we can create a healthier and tobacco free future. Thank you.